Take one. Welcome. This is the very first elephant in the room. This is what I felt to call my little video talks. My name is Maya. And you know how people like to introduce themselves and say who they are, what they are? I'm one of those who kind of doesn't vibe with that. I think if I would have to choose the word that would describe me the most would be inspirer. That's what I really strive to be. I think inspiration is one of the most beautiful things humans can share. And I'm here to do just that. Besides being an inspiring person, I also like to call myself an intuitive reader, let's say, a channeler of messages, healer sometimes. And the reason why I don't like to put really certain labels is I don't want to close a circle around me. I never like to do that. I always like to keep everything open, and from what I have learned and from what I have seen, working with many different people from all over the world, is that it's not just one thing that I do. It is many, many things to many, many people, depending on where they are, where I am at the moment that we meet. And with some people, my sessions have been really interesting. Some people would feel it physically. Sometimes we would do things in our readings and sessions that were similar to a science fiction movie. With some people it was just general inspiration. Some people came for an advice or idea what to do. Some people came just to cry their shit out, and things like that. It's been very colorful, I would say. So that's why I don't like to put just one word, because to some, yes, I was a reader. To some, yes, I was a witch. To some, I was a shaman. To some, I was a gypsy. To some, I was a friend. To some, I was a inspirer. To some, I was a button pusher. To some, I was a terrible person. To some, I was the one that provokes, the one that kind of likes to dig around where it hurts. And with some people, we just had fun. And with some people, I've been through all of those. So yeah, that would be a little bit about how I feel, what it is that I do. Elephant in the room is going to be, I feel, a series of inspiring talks that are going to talk about things that sometimes people don't like to talk about. I'm here to kind of smash the taboos and fears about a lot of our emotions that we go through, a lot of stigma about being depressed, anxious, suicidal, spiritual, religious, sexual, philosophical, alien, you name it. I don't think, as I said, I really like to keep things open. I don't like to close myself down. So hey, you never know. I really don't know where this is gonna take us. I've been feeling to do the video for quite a long time, and now is the time. So the theme of today, when I grabbed the piece of paper and kind of wanted to see what's going to come out, what should I talk about, what it came was relationships. Relationships. We are in a month where relationships are going to come out to the surface, to be re-examined. mostly to see how is our relationship to our own self. My baby's crying. And that's exactly it. Relationship with everyone. Um, so let's see what's going to come out. The thing about me is that I don't really like to prepare too much for the videos. I like to keep the channel open. Sometimes you will notice me just channeling stuff. Sometimes I'm just gonna disappear from time to time. You might see me swearing, so if you don't like that, I suggest that you stop watching the video right now. Ideas that I'm gonna be saying here might be a little bit weird to some, so I'm not everyone's cup of tea and I'm not trying to be. I'm helping you to get rid of all the attachments that you have that are blocking your progress and slowing you down and keeping you stuck. Just so you could find your own truth and really know what it is that you want. What is it that you want to bring into your life and bring in for other people? What is it? And big thing I want to talk about it is how to start learning to get your own answers to what is it that you really like, because a lot of times we are not even aware that things that we want and things that we desire, things that we maybe sometimes even don't like, are like that just because that's how we learn to think about them. Some things we learned from our families, some things are hard-coded in our DNA, some things we have learned through experiences with others, positive, negative. So we're going to talk about that too. Yeah. So relationship. I saw two ships meeting together when I wrote relationship. And it's kind of funny because I used to work on a ship and I used to hate that very much. That was a time when I didn't like my life, so it was kind of natural to hate everything that's in it. Even though now I see that wasn't that bad and I had really lots of fun. I met some amazing people, but for a long time it gave me nightmares and it gave me big time anxieties. And it took me quite a while to realize why was that happening, and it was because I wasn't honest with myself. I was chasing things that I thought I want, but they were not true for me. So I would go for what I thought I want, and it just wasn't working out right. It was just like a disappointment, yeah, stuff like that. But I mean, ultimately, all is good, right? Everything that's happened to us and happening to us, no matter how difficult and weird it is really here to teach us how to love ourselves and be okay with life. Learn how to accept it, how to let go of some of it, how to embrace some of it. And yeah, well, life is about a lot of stuff. It's so many of us, and it would be ridiculous to assume that what I'm saying is life for everyone. I'm not expecting you to be spiritual or religious or whatever. I don't know really. Whatever label, as I said. We were not meant to live one life, one certain recipe. Like, you're gonna put a little birth there and a little bit of marriage here and a little bit of kids there and a little bit of job here and then a little bit of death there and the end, right? It's not really how it works, Everybody's going through whole different numbers of experiences. And ridiculous thing is that we all go through all those experiences in a very different ways. So for some, going out to a club is going to be a wonderful, inspiring experience. And for some, it's going to be very exhausting experience. And, you know, it really depends. So that's why you'll never hear me say that something is good and something is bad, because I'm aware that there is no good and bad. It really depends. What are you looking for right now? What is your body telling you? Is it yes or no for you? And really, that's why I'm here for, to kind of help people get that yes or no to their questions. And because I really feel when you work on that, when you really work on your intuition and when you strengthen it like a muscle, you can live a very calm, peaceful, inspiring life. It's not gonna matter anymore if you're, going through really difficult terrain or easy terrain. You will kind of flow more smoothly through it, because you will learn to ask yourself questions, trust your own answers, and really follow whatever life has in plan for you. Whether you believe in destiny or not, it doesn't matter. Things are going to happen that you've never expected to happen, and you will face things about yourself and others that you never thought you will. And that's what life is about. So really, I'm hoping to inspire you to see the adventure in life and see the excitement in life and see the opportunities in life that you may not see right now because you are so clouded with other people, expectations, ideas, suggestions, advices, and all of that shit that you've been taking on ever since, your mom and dad made you. Maybe even before that. So yeah, helping you clear stuff within you, those preconceptions of what is right and what is wrong and what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing, and really teach you how to get answers for yourself and be okay with what you're getting. Because when you do accept yourself the way you are, and the fact is you're going to be different all the time, because we are changing all the time, but this is really about learning to accept all of yourself, with the good stuff and the bad stuff. Right? Because some people would say for this video, oh my god, this is good, this is best ever. And some would say, oh, this sucks, this was so bad, right? And that's what I want to talk about. That's why I want to talk about relationships, because if I haven't learned to say no, even to people that I thought are very important in my life, like my own family, which they are, but really, if I would have listened to my own family, I would never been doing this. I would really think like them, that this is some sort of crazy witchcraft, or taking people money for nothing, or I don't know, it's like classical thing. You think about someone who is a reader or a healer, or it's a big taboo, and I cannot believe after we've been here for thousands and thousands of years doing this. So yeah, let's talk about relationships. Why do I say I saw two ships, relationships? We are each ship for ourselves. We steer our ship the way we feel, or the way we think we should steer it. We are choosing directions. We are choosing what are we doing with that ship. And we are the only one on that ship, okay? No one else can drive your ship. No one else can take care of your ship that well as you can. You know your ship the best because you are the one who is sailing through all of that experience with your own ship. And that's why it's really important that we know how to steer on our own through this vast ocean of experiences that we go through. So we are meeting other ships, docking next to each other. Sometimes we crash into each other. Sometimes we help each other. Sometimes we drift apart. Sometimes we meet again. You know, we are visiting new places, going back to old places, riding tidal waves and meeting hurricanes, and, born to explore. Yeah? And that's what we are about. Isn't that amazing? So when you stop wanting to control all the other ships, and when you take responsibility only for your ship, this is when you're ready to learn all about you, all of your answers, and finding the best possible routes and beaches to dock on and to visit, and life just takes you there, really, to really enjoy life. You must learn how to disconnect and release and clear out all the stuff that's not yours, so that you could have a clear vision and clear knowing and hearing what is it in you that wants to live. And if you allow yourself to live freely, accepting all that you are, as I said, you will find that place and space to breathe with your full lungs, and have ideas that you never thought you're going to have, and have courage to do things you never thought you're going to have courage to do. It's about opening yourself up for all that inspiration that life has to give you. Okay? So, if we are born to explore and to meet and to crash and to disappear and to come and to go and to, why are we so often trying to tie ourselves up for certain things and certain places and certain habits and certain ideas that are not allowing us to be that flexible sailing ship, on the move? I mean, of course, there are times when you need to dock and take rest, just rest under the sun or something like that. But you know what I mean, right? Tying yourself up for people, places, ideas is what I noticed the most common block in all of us. That stops us into moving forward and keeps us stuck in those repetitive thoughts about how world sucks and we are such pathetic beings, and I really feel too tired. I'm so tired. I don't want to live anymore. This is all bullshit. Why doesn't he love me? Why my job sucks balls? All that stuff, all those monkey mind thoughts. Our mind likes to tell stories, and I mean, ultimately everything that I'm saying to you is just another story that can or doesn't has to be necessarily true for you. But yeah, I am here to say it, whether you like it or not. And you should tell your story whether we like it or not, So really, I want to go back to saying about these relationships and learning how to steer it. It's not really easy always, especially when you never try to steer it. You just kind of let go, You're just like, whatever, You're thinking that you're going with the flow, but no, really, you're not going with your flow. You're choosing partners that are not right for you. You're choosing to stay in the places that don't feel good for you. You're choosing not to do things that feel good for you. You're trying to do things that others told you it's good to do, and then you do them, and then you realize it's not working, and then it must be something wrong with me. Everybody else can do it. Something is wrong with me, and blah, 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 blah. You know, you go into that mind trap. Um, and that's where a reading really comes in kind of handy. It just makes you do that talk that you avoid talking to yourself, you know, like what's really behind that? What's behind the reason that you're so desperate about getting or being approved or being admitted from a partner, or what stops you from leaving the places that you really want to leave, or changing the jobs that you really want to change, or what stops you from accepting where you are if there is nothing to be changed? Because, you know, some things you just cannot change. Some things are just here that you learn to accept them, and manage to forgive yourself and others and love yourself through all that process. And basically, that's what it's about. It's about, no matter what happens, be in that kind of love field and not the fear field. Because you can think it's just like a hippie thing and talk about love, but it's not. It's about feeling good, you know. When you're resisting life, this is when you feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel nervous, you have thoughts in your head you cannot stop, you just are not motivated, and you just keep on repeating and telling yourself all that bunch of crap that you believed because of some people and some experiences. And it's time to poke around that shit and you know, get that shit out. That's why I'm here, to help you get that shit out. I like this. A camera is alive and has a life of her own. I didn't know it's her. I just felt that. Anyway. So yeah, what is it that you're hooked on to? What is it that you cannot let go? Because you think it's just, if you let go, it's gonna be disaster. What is it that you do that really you don't want to be doing, but you're doing because you should, or it would be kind and good and nice of you, you know? Who are you trying to save rather than yourself? Who is your focus other than yourself? Because when you don't care about yourself, when your focus is on others, you are not getting your answers. You are getting answers for them. Everything gets mixed up. Everything gets mixed up. Yeah. So what is it that you think that you have to obey or respect, even though you don't feel like respecting it? Be honest. You really have to be honest. If you want to find your way and really get into that flow of life, you have to be honest. And you have to listen to your body, the goosebumps, the feel good, the feel nervous, you know? When you listen to the music, when you're watching the movies, when you're out with people, how is your body reacting? What is your body telling you? Is it telling you, ooh, you know, I want more of this? Or is it telling you, oh shit, I should like get out of this as soon as I can? What is it? We like to fool ourselves and say, you know, oh, but it's my family, you know, I have to stay with them and save them. You can think it's about your child, I have to save them. And we spend our life trying to save other people and trying to make their lives better and forgetting about our own selves, to the point that we either go mad, crazy, or we become angry, irritated, rebellious. We want vendetta or something. I really don't know. It just, you lose yourself, trying to help others, not really being honest with yourself. So, what is it? No judgment here. I'm not here to tell you to pray to God, to talk about Jesus, to walk barefoot, to drink kombucha, to get tattoos, to hug the trees, to eat raw food only. I'm not, no, no. Because I know everything is not for everyone. It's not. We are very unique, and this is what makes us connected. This is what we all have in common, our uniqueness and our ability to learn to respect uniqueness, honor it, look forward to it, and stay in that wonderful exploration mode instead of, I want to hold on to this and I'm not going to let it go because this is what it should look like. Because I learned I should get married or I should love a man. I'm not allowed to love same sex. I will only be fulfilled if I have children. Or I'm not allowed to listen to heavy metal music because it's demonized. That's a bunch of crap. But again, the question is what it is to you. If you're bothered with it, there's something in you that you have to work on. If you can respect it as it is and go about your own way, you've learned something. I honestly had to say no to everything. I had to. I had to leave my family because it was too toxic. I had to leave my country because it was too toxic for me. And I was always so jealous. Why cannot I succeed there? Because I really love the nature and all of that. And everybody wants to have that comfort of the home, but that's not where I would become who I am today. And I'm really happy that I didn't stay there. I'm really happy that I listened to myself. Otherwise, I would probably be dead right now out of all the stress that I was feeling. And I was fighting for it so long because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to leave everything that I've known. I didn't want to leave the language that I've known. And so, I had to face that and realize that whatever I was afraid to leave was in reality not even there. Everybody is shipped for their own. Everybody has to have their own freedom to go when they want and to do what they want. And yes, even if that doesn't agrees with what I feel, I don't have to hate them or disrespect them or anything. They can be who they came to be and I can be who I came to be, and all cool, right? And the thing is that when you become honest with yourself and when you really go towards stuff that are good for you, you will see less and less things that are kicking you out of your balance, things that are your contrast, and you will see more of whatever really resonates with you and whatever inspires you. So yeah, relationships, right? Do you love yourself enough to have a partner that appreciates you? Do you love yourself enough not to expect them to be perfect because you are not perfect? Do you love yourself enough even if you're not perfect? Can you forgive yourself for being an asshole as much as they are? Can you take responsibility and whatever you're judging around and saying, oh, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's they're fucking assholes towards me. Can you see yourself in it? Why are you so stuck in it? If they're doing you wrong, why are you there? Do you see it's all your choice? And people don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that. It's like, how it's my choice. I was born in this shit. Yeah, you got a choice to leave, but I have nowhere to go. Yeah, you actually do. You just have to allow yourself to do what is fucking good for you. And the path will show itself to you. You will get the signs, you will get the people who are here for you and to help you relieve that pain that you might go through. And you just have to have balls to say no what doesn't vibe with you. But there's the trick. It's not that simple. It's not just like, I hate you, I'm gonna leave. Bah. Sometimes, but if you do that, you're dragging it all with you. So the point is really to learn to let go of it, to release it, and to get back to your own center, to really be in a position to move on in your life, not to be stuck in it. So, why are you looking to be with people who don't at least make you relaxed enough just to, breathe and be who you are? Do you have to justify yourself? Do you have to beg for love? What is it that you're looking for in others that you don't give to yourself? Because it's all you. It's all you. It is. The anger is yours. The sadness is yours. The joy is yours. Love is yours. Doubt is yours. Judgment is yours. Opinions are yours. Feelings are yours. Thoughts are yours. It's all yours, but it's all not you. You are much more than that. And if you don't like what you are in right now, only you have power to change. But you have to make up your mind and really say, will I continue just being the victim, or I will do something about it? Grow those balls. All right? So yeah, my husband just started vacuuming. I don't know if you can hear that, but I feel like I am to end the video. It's anyway 33 minutes almost, the perfect number. So yeah, I could go on and on with all kinds of subjects, and I feel we're going to talk about relationships more. But yeah, what's in it for you? What are you doing really for you, and what are you doing because you think you have to? What is it that you think that you're doing that's so wrong? What is a no-no that you're always doing? And what is the yes that you feel like doing? Why do you think that being yourself is not going to end up well? It's all about you. It's all about your experiences, and there are ways to clear out those experiences. There are ways to reprogram the way you think about stuff, the way you feel life, the way you go about doing anything, processing even most difficult things like death of a family member, getting really sick. It's about really being honest, I met a friend who, she got really, really sick, and she always spent her time hating rich people and corporations, and she was always in those little communities. And when I went to visit those communities, what I have noticed is they live in a lot of anger and resentment towards each other. It was not such a perfect picture as they wanted it to be. And this is because they have expected life to be perfect, and life is all but perfect. And this is what we need to learn and to embrace and really start loving. And so a lot of people got disappointed, and they lived in that disappointment. But so they had this need to struggle all the time. There was always someone to battle with and something to fight for. And really, I haven't noticed that it brought them anything. This was all kind of manifested out of anger, out of fear, out of resentment, out of judgment. And I'm not saying I totally agree, system is not perfect. There is a lot of things we need to change about the politics, about how we exchange among us, how things are working out. But if you're just going around and saying, you know, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, what you're not understanding that you're taking all that shit onto you, and your body just cannot process that much anger. It has to get, you know, sick sometimes. um, so you know, it's really sad to see that people, even people who think of themselves as spiritual and kind of like working even in healing business, that they have so much judgment towards things that are not really like they would want them to be. And that's why I want to do these videos and talk a little bit about more about the elephant in the room, because I feel as long as we're just coming from that place of anger and resentment, we are not creating anything better. We are not. Maybe you're just angry at your parents, the way you grew up, and you wanted to make some changes, but you have to be honest when things are just not working out for you. Maybe you're not supposed to be in the forest living off of mushrooms, but instead you should be in a large corporation and bring like a sort of business doing based on mutual respect and inspiration. You know, maybe you would do much better like that. You would feel more secure if you would have financial support and support of like-minded people. Are you afraid of your own power? Like, do you really want to go in the forest and sing mantras because you are invited to, or because you just want to shut down your eyes and ignore the world and try to pretend it's not there and kind of force the love in it? It's not working that way. We are learning to embrace the dark side and the light side and all of the aspects of existence. We cannot just shut off one thing. And the more you try to shut off, the more you try to reason it or whatever, you will find a lot of things not going the way you want them to, forcing you to go different ways that you otherwise would not go. And again, don't take me wrong. I have nothing against communities. I have nothing against singing mantras. I have nothing against being in a forest. Quite opposite, I was doing that a lot. But for me, for example, I couldn't meditate. I couldn't write down. It's just not for me. I don't live in the past. I don't ever look at my notes again. I live spontaneously. It's part of what I'm here to do. I'm here to show that how life looks like when you do that. When you stop, you know, trying to control life and control every movement, every piece of it, and just allow the puzzle to solve itself, and stop trying to control everything that's happening to you, but embracing it and asking like, maybe this is trying to tell me something, you know? Maybe this is happening for the best of me and not for the worst of you. You are the one that needs to work on you. You don't have to save anybody else or run from anybody else. No, you just have to find a way, learn a way to embrace all of yourself and forgive all of yourself and love all of yourself and allow all of yourself to be with the dark and the light. When you're mad, just say you're mad. When you're sad, cry. When you want to leave, leave. When you want to say stop, stop. When you feel you don't want to hang out with someone, although you should, you say, I don't want to hang out with someone. It's time we respect each other on every freaking possible level there is. There is no need to talk about racism or any sort of assaults. There are so many. We've all gone through shit. People are always gonna be different. We're not doing anything from being in the victim mode. and we can disagree with things and still stand on the love platform and speak from that love platform and actually build ourselves up enough so that we can handle the change that it's inevitably coming. But being a victim, we're not doing that. You're not doing anything but being angry, pointing fingers at others and crying how shit is shit. Or judging corporations, or judging hippies, or judging smoking weed, or judging drinking alcohol. It's all about you. What is good for you and being okay with that. You know? I'm smoking weed because it's good for me. I will never smoke weed because it's just not good for me. I'll have a bottle of wine because it really feels good for me. I'll never drink because I really feel better when I don't. I'm gonna have a lot of sex because I really enjoy it. I'm not gonna have sex because I really enjoy it. Do you see? No judgment. There is no need for you to judge. There is no need for you to say, oh, how dare they? And while you're talking what dare they, what are you doing? Are you doing what you feel like doing? Or are you just going there, what, how dare they? You get it? Stop pointing fingers at others. Stop blaming everyone for things that they do. And find a place to forgive, because it's about forgiveness. When you cannot forgive someone for example, leaving you. You broke up and he just doesn't like you anymore. She just doesn't like you anymore, and you're, how dare they? You're who you are not forgiving is yourself. When you are in the position that you don't like something, you don't have enough love for yourself to forgive yourself and say, this is really not good for me. I have to go. And I don't have to even explain myself, because sometimes I just don't know why I feel it. Something is missing. I don't know what it is. You don't have to know the answers to all of the questions. You have to be honest, though, with yourself. And the sooner you stop pointing fingers at others, oh, he's an asshole, oh, this idiot could do better, oh, blah, 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 blah. Do what's good for you. Because if you're not, you're same like them. Same like them, just bitching in a different way. Sorry, you know? That's what I'm here to tell you. Okay? I think that's enough for today. I really wish you all find what you really love. Learn to ask questions to get to those answers. And, you know, like really learn to live life with all of that ocean of experiences. Be the ship that can sail through anything. And when the storm comes, it's a storm time, you know. But I know I know I trust myself. I know I'm following my answers, so it's not a big deal. But if you're not listening to yourself, if you don't know who you are, if you're just a bunch of other people ideas and advices, you know, if you're following blindly recipes that other people give you, you will get lost, and it's going to be very difficult to steer that ship, because you don't know what you're doing at all. You don't know where your front of the ship is, where the aft of the ship is. You don't know where starboard is. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. You don't know where your wheel is. Where's your anchor? Who are you? Where are you sailing? Are you going to the beach because someone told you it's nice there, or because you feel called to go to the beach? And it is a big difference, because if you feel called, you will enjoy. Ooh, you're going to enjoy it so much. But if you're going just because others told you, you'll be in the greatest paradise ever, and you won't be able to enjoy it at all. It's about you. Everything is about you. So this would conclude the first video of The Elephant in the Room. Once again, I'm Maya, inspirer, storyteller, intuitive healer, channeler, reader, artist, painter, jerk, idiot, mom, whatever. You can book readings with me if you'd like. They're pretty cheap right now. Soon I'm gonna stop doing them for donations, but if you feel really, really broke, you can still donate. Readings are usually going for $60. As I said, I don't like to call them readings because it's different for everyone. Sometimes it's gonna be like going to a therapist, sometimes it's gonna be like talking to your grandma, grandpa. I really don't know. It's different for everyone. It really depends how open you are. And this is why I find I have to charge for the sessions, because I noticed when people are not ready, they just ask a bunch of questions and I go into giving them answers and I realize it's not helping them. They cannot really hear me then. There has to be some sort of an exchange, and this is not just to appreciate and respect my time and what I'm doing for you, but it's also a sign that you're ready to invest in yourself and do the step and do something, like move that energy from that stuckness. Because if you're always doing things that as you did them before, don't be so surprised nothing has changed. The changes starts within you, no matter how trashy that sounds and cheesy, but it's true. So yeah, hit me up if you want on Facebook or wherever. Maya Dovedan is the name. Majadovedan. All right. Lots of love, everyone. Lots of blessings, and I hope you all find yourself and be happy with who you are. Lots of love from me. Bye-bye.